Hi there. So today I am going to be creating visualizations to show the homeless population within America and then specifically within the metropolitan area. So the first step is to connect your dataset to Tableau. I've already downloaded and saved my dataset, so I'm going to connect it to my Tableau platform. I have it here. And you can see here I have my two data sets. I'm going to create a join. You see that it's been joined in the middle, and all of my data is here populated below. I like to scroll through and make sure the format is nice and clean, that there are no null values, because that can give you error messages. And once everything looks good, I'm going to go ahead to sheet 1 and begin crafting. So the first thing I want to show is the homeless population within America. So I'm going to start with year 2018, and I'm going to create a map. This is the easiest way to see a general overview. I'm just going to center it so that it's incredibly easy to see. Perfect. So I don't want to just show the total homeless population. I thought it would be easier to show a percentage of the homeless population to see how the states contribute to the total percentage. So I'm going to go ahead and hit total, and I will bring it over to the label side. So this populates numbers throughout the country, and again, I want this to be shown as percentage of total. So I'm going to click on the pill and do quick table calculations and percent of total. So now you can see the different states and how they contribute to the overall population. So you can see California here is 11.77% of the total homeless population. Another thing I think would be helpful is adding some color to make this more visually appealing. So I'm just going to go click on the state pill, bring it over to color. Now this map looks much better to me. For my next graph, I wanted to focus more on the metropolitan areas. So I'm going to drag on the state's pill and bring it over to rows. Oops. And the total population, bring it to columns. Now again, I wanted to focus only on the metropolitan area, so I'm going to highlight all of them. It's going to be New York, Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. I'm holding down the Control key so that I could highlight multiple states at once. Then I'll hover over one of them and I'll say keep only. So I have Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. Now, this shows the total homeless population within these states. To make this a little bit easier to read, I wanted to break this down into sheltered homeless and unsheltered homeless. This is broken down based on those who are living in group shelters versus those who have no place to sleep at night and are spending their nights on the streets. So I have them broken down here. I have sheltered homeless, and then I have unsheltered homeless. And for me, I'd like to see all of my graphs in ascending order. I think it's much more visually appealing. So I'm going to switch this over that way. So here are the states: Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. We can already see that New York has the highest levels of homelessness. For my next graph, I wanted to show the difference between 2008 and 2018. So for this, I'd like to bring the states over. I'm going to do the total homeless population. Just have to hover until I find the right one. It's this one. Bring that to columns. And I'm also going to do the same thing with the year 2018. I'm going to bring that right here. I'm actually going to clear this off. I just remembered a better way to do it. So I wanted to show the differences between 2008 and 2018. So I'm going to go ahead and put my years in the rows. Oops, sorry. Put my years in the rows. So this is 2008, 2018. And I also just like to add some color to it, just to make it slightly better. We can change the colors here. My personal favorite is a very light blue. It's easy on the eyes. Okay. Lastly, I wanted to show the differences in percentage-wise. So once again, I'm going to put my information here in the rows. And this is the change in total homelessness from year 2008 to 2018. Oops. Oh, what happened? Okay. So I wanted to show the difference in percentages over the last 10 years. So I would like to put my states in my columns. And once again, I'm only working with the metropolitan area. So I'm going to highlight only Connecticut, New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. Once again, I'm holding down the Command key to highlight 4 of them at a time. And then I'll hover over one and I will keep only. So now I have my 4 states here. The change in total homelessness percentage, I'm going to bring over to the rows. And I'm just going to make this table a little bit wider. Now, it looks a little bit confusing since there's no numbers or labels involved. So what I would like to do is put some labels on these just to show the numbers here. And then I'm also going to add some color. I did not pick these colors. I do not like these colors, so I'm going to edit the colors and just give it something a little bit more standard. Okay. So these numbers are very alarming to me. As you can see, from year 2008 to 2018, Connecticut's homeless population has gone down 14.07%. New Jersey has done a much better job, and their homeless population has gone down 32.06%. Pennsylvania has gone down 12%, and surprisingly, New York population has gone up 50.34%. These numbers, again, are quite alarming. I'm not sure why this is happening, and I wish that the dataset I downloaded had more information and insight into these patterns. But creating all of these graphs, making them visually appealing, color coding them, I think it's very important to the viewer to be able to tell a story behind why something is happening. Now, you're probably wondering why my focus area was only on the metropolitan area, and the reason for that is because I was just saving space. So if I did not limit it to those 4 states, let me show you how it would be if I included all of them. So for the sake of visualization, I thought it would be better to just stick with 4 states. You see that the amounts are so diverse, it's hard to compare and contrast. So there you go. These are my charts. I hope you enjoyed this presentation.